Hello, welcome back. Now we are continuing our video series in our revision. So I hope by now you've already watched the one on diversity as well as the one on cycles. So moving on to going through systems today. Let's start off with the life science systems question. We'll go through question 5 now from the mid-year 2021 P6 paper. The diagram shows parts of the digestive and circulatory system of a human being. So clearly the one in the digestive system, you have the parts like mouth, gullet, stomach, small intestine is here, large intestine. Of course, you have your rectum and anus. And for your circulatory system, you will have your heart, followed by your blood vessels and the blood flowing inside through all parts of the body. And as usual, I would like you to make sure that you have, since this is a revision video, the best way to revise is read out the chapter first. So take out your P3 lower block book on digestive system. Go and read up the parts and function. Alright, go and look at your P5 systems book on your circulatory system and how these two actually work together to help you to move digested food all around the body. Right, the interplay between these two systems is a very common theme, commonly asked question at PSLE. And after you read through those, then you come back and try the question. Alright, you may pause the video now and go and read up if you have not. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a look at this question so far. I'm going to move up for you to see the options. Which of the following statements about these two systems are correct? Try it first, get the answer before you listen to the explanation. Okay, done. Try. Let's see. Which of the following statements about the systems above is or are correct? So now, of course, we don't need a picture for this anymore. Okay, just need the words digestive system and circulatory system. Blood transport undigested food from P to the large intestine. Now, P is stomach. So, of course, you must know how to identify the parts in the system. Q will be the small intestine. And our body only uses the digested food. And that comes from the small intestine. Right? The digested food will go through the walls of the small intestine into our bloodstream. Once you have the blood, that's where it comes here. Okay? So digested food actually comes from the digested food from the small intestine through the walls of it into the bloodstream. And then now it's up to the blood vessels, right, to carry the blood that's inside to all parts of the body. The heart helping to pump the blood along. So here I see undigested food from P to large intestine. Okay, this is wrong. Okay, the blood is not transporting the undigested food. It is from stomach to large intestine, you have the small intestine. So blood doesn't transport undigested food. No, so A is wrong. So anything in A is wrong. Wrong. Alright. Next one. Digested food. So right now I have the only option left will be C. So C must be correct. You see, the circulatory system transport carbon dioxide away from different parts of the body. That's true. And it brings all the carbon dioxide, the carbon-rich blood to the heart, then pump to the lungs to get rid of where we exhale. So C is correct. Now the thing is whether B is correct. Digested food from Q. Let's check. Digested food from Q, which is small intestine. So far, correct. This is correct. Enter the blood vessels. Okay, that's correct. Alright. And it transported to different parts of the body. True. B is true. So B is true. Answer is 3. So for question 5. Okay, there are 2 of you. We need to really must revise this. Okay. Alright. 2 of you still got this wrong. Next one. Question 6. Let's move on to plant system, cell system. So go and read up on cell systems first, then come back and try this. I'll wait here, no problem, just pause. I'll wait for as long as you pause me. Have you unpaused me? Have you read this? No? Go and read it please, okay? Alright, let's come. Now study this diagram below. It shows a cell with 4 parts. Let's try to label all these 4 parts, okay? So A, outside, this will be your cell wall. Alright, it gives your cell the shape, alright, the rigid shape. And the layer here, which is the inner layer here, this will be your cell membrane. Alright, usually a big dot here, right? The biggest one is your nucleus. That contains the genetic information inside that's passed down from parents to young. The nucleus is also responsible for controlling the activities inside the cell. Now, this one clearly, when I see cell wall, it tells me this must be a plant cell. All the smaller dots will be your chloroplasts. And chloroplasts contain chlorophyll. And chlorophyll traps light to make food during the process of photosynthesis. Okay? Now we shall correctly describe the parts A, B, C, D and the functions of it. I just verbally said it already. Control movement of substances. So cell membrane control movement of substances in and out of the cell. So that will be D. Okay? I think we already have our answer. Alright, that's D. But just to be very sure, control activity is C. Alright, give the cell the rigid shape, that will be A. Contain chlorophyll, right here, that is B. So question 6, did everybody get it right from my class? Hooray, yes. This question 6, right? 6 is here. Everybody got this right. Good job. Now let's look at the next one. Question 7. Can you go read up the part on your plant's transport system now? Before you come back to do this, just take a quick read at the plant transport system chapter. Have you? Please go ahead before you come back. Alright. Now, next thing you're going to do now is just read this in part. I'll just pause and read the first part. Then I'll move to the bottom for the read. Okay? You can pause this now, read the question. Now, I'll pause this part and read this section. And try getting the answer. Okay, let's start to go through this. Xiaohui remove, and this one, question 7, right? Just to alert you. A lot got this wrong, okay? Question 7, 13 of you got this wrong. Alright, that's about a third of my class, more than a third, slightly. So let's pay more attention. How did this cause so many of you to choose the wrong option? Now, Xiaohui removed the outer ring of the stem of the plant bearing white flowers at X. Some white flowers, right? To make it clear, I'll just color purple. This is my flower. How do I know? Because I see all this stigma and anther coming. This is a flower. Flower, flower, flower. And these are flower buds. Okay, the buds will be in red. Just to make sure. Now, why is this labeled as flower buds? So you don't think these are leaves. These are not leaves, they are buds of the flower. So they're budding flowers, and they're not leaves. So you notice there are no leaves above X. So this question really requires you to read and interpret the diagrams carefully. Above this point, okay, no leaves. Below this point, there are leaves, but no flowers. Right, and leaves is where the part where light is trapped, where food is made. Okay. She left this plant under the sun. Okay, sun, good. So we have light. So we will have photosynthesis happening. There's water. Let's recall the formula for photosynthesis. What's the gas? Carbon dioxide. What else do we need? Water. What are two other conditions? Light and chlorophyll. And what are the two important products that we need from this process? What's the gas? Oxygen. And finally, food or your sugar. Okay. And excess food is stored as starch, but that's not tested here. So under the sun, I have my light. Since there are leaves, there will be chlorophyll. Since it's in the air, there will be carbon dioxide. It's water regularly, so there is water. So definitely no problem getting your oxygen and food. Now the water they put in red coloring is just to see where the red water goes. And how do you know it goes somewhere? We look at which part becomes red. Alright? Now, this part here, they remove, and notice that it's swollen. In other words, right, water moves from the roots up the stem to the rest of the plants, right, to the leaves and whatever. So if you make a prediction, you can actually predict that if water moves up from the roots, I can't write here because I can't really see, right? What you notice is this part, whole part here will become red. The leaves will become all red because the water carrying tips will move the water to all these parts. But does it go past X? Okay, I would say it does not, because I see the clue here, it gets swollen here. May or may not, let's see. Let's try to recall the diagram. Water carrying tips and wood carrying tip. So water carrying tip is the one in the inside. Okay. So the red color water may still go up, I think it will go up because it's in the inside. Then they cut out the outer layer. So the red color water will still travel up and up. But why is it swollen? Because food is also coming up this very strange plant, right? The leaves are at the bottom. So the food made will be going in both directions, going up and going down. Down to the roots, up to the flowers and to the flower buds. So I think here what's happening is the purple part will be the food carrying tube, and there's a part being stripped off. So that's why the food is being accumulated here. The food cannot go past X. Right, she also notices here, the white flowers, means the flowers remain white. The white flowers and the flower buds were withering, means they're dying. They're dying, it means they didn't receive either food or water or both. Now, I would say they did not receive any food. Let's double check some more. The part below X was still alive. Still alive means it still have water and still have food. Okay? It was observed to be swollen, as shown in the diagram above. Notice the leaves and stem below X turn red. Okay? The flowers and flower buds also turn red. If it turn red, it tells me that the red color water did manage to go up all the way, so to turn all these red. So no problem getting water. So why are the flowers dying? It's not because there's no water. It's because there are no food getting to them. And how do you know there's no food? No leaves here, right? So the food carrying tips will remove at X is definitely correct. So this question, A, 1, 2, and 4 are correct. So number 3 is wrong. Alright, for question 7. Now let's take a look at, I have B here, C. I need to look at all of them. The water carrying tips will remove at A. This is wrong. Water carrying tips will not remove. How do I know? Because we were told that the flower buds and the flowers also became red. They became red because of the red color water that went all the way up. The food made, so if that's the case, then I know that B is wrong. If B is wrong, hey, I got the answer. Answer is 2. Just to be very sure, the food made by the leaves were accumulated at the swollen part, as I was explaining earlier on, right? Food is accumulated here. Food did not get to the flowers and the flower buds, so they withered and died. So answer for question 7 is 2. Okay. Now let's go on to the other systems question. Let's go on to electrical system, question 18. Study the diagrams below. In which of the following would the setup with the bulb light up? Pause and try. Okay, and this question tests if you understand what is called current flows in a closed circuit. Okay, let me just draw for you if you have not learned this yet, right? Just in case you have not. I'm going to show you a cross section of a light, typical looking light bulb. Now this part here in red, okay, cross section means I cut it, slice into half. this part here in red is actually what we call the metal casing. There's a portion here, right? We call this the metal tip. And this is your glass bulb. What is missing? The filament is missing. So what happens is there's a wire connected to the metal casing. This wire goes up here. It's actually made of tungsten, and this part is like a bit curly, and it goes down all the way to the metal tip here. Notice, key thing, one part touches the metal casing of this filament, the other part touches the metal tip. Therefore, answers such as 3 is wrong. Although you see that the wire is connected, and actually current will flow in this, current does flow in this, but it flows through the metal casing. It doesn't go up into the tungsten wire, the filament here. This is what I call the filament. It doesn't go up here. So the bulb will not light up, but current will still flow through. And please don't try this because the battery will become very hot and it may explode. So if you choose 3 for your answer, it means you know current flows, but you do not know how the structure of the light bulb looks like. Okay? Now let's take a look at this option. This option is the same as this, in the sense that this part is touching the metal casing. This part is also touching the metal casing, not touching the metal tip. And you need to touch the metal tip for the current to flow completely. Right? So let me highlight for you to show you. If current flows through the filament, one end must touch the metal casing, and the other end must touch the metal tip. Okay? Now, if you chose this as the answer, I don't think anybody chose this. It tells me you do not know that glass is not a conductor of electricity. Glass is an insulator of electricity. And this doesn't work, obviously, right? So, of course, answer is this. One end touches the metal casing. The other end touches the metal tip. So, current can flow right through the filament. Here, go all the way up to the filament. Then down to the metal tip, and here it flows up. Answer for question 18 is 2. And for my class, question 18, alright, so one of you did get it wrong, so please, okay, understand the explanation here, that one person. Question 19. How did we do for 19? Well, 3 of you didn't get 19 correct. Let's see what is difficult about this for you. Pause and try. Okay, basically, let's see if she recorded her conclusion correctly. So right now, mainly to identify, right, based on this, which of these are insulators and which of these are conductors of electricity. Now, Manura wanted to investigate which of the 4 rods were electrical conductors or insulators. First, she closed the switch and removed rod B. Right, close the switch, so this part is closed. So closing the switch means that she now wants this current to flow inside. Okay, she closed the switch. Then next one. She wants to find out whether which of these are electrical conductors or insulators. If they are conductors, then means current will flow through them and the light bulb will light up. First, she closed the switch. I've done so. She removed rod B. So remove rod B. Let me just remove for you to see how it looks like. Remove rod B. And then observe the bulb light up. Means somehow the current has flown through either all of these or at least one of them. So the current can flow. For example, if it flows like this, let's say it goes to C, for example, okay? Okay, then of course the bulb can light up if that's what happens, if. And then she put B back here. And then she removed other rods one at a time. So that was the first one. So whether B is a conductor or not, I do not know. But I know A, C, and D, one of them must be a conductor of electricity. Okay, one of them must be a conductor. Which one? So it could be this. Alright, it could be this. It could be this. I'm not sure. So it's not that helpful, this option. And I do not know what B is. If you remove A and B, I'm leaving only C. So I'll put down here, leaving only. So I don't have to imagine my head. I just write down annotation. Huh? So I'm leaving C and D. Did the bulb light up? Yes. So here I leave A, C, D. Here I leave C and D in the circuit. I remove A and B. But still light up. So I'm not sure what is A, whether A is a conductor or not. I know C and D, at least one of them must be a conductor of electricity. So if C is an insulator, must be wrong. Alright, question 19. If C is an insulator, it must be, can we be correct? Maybe, let me just see how. Maybe I don't cancel it out so quickly. If I remove, the no answers are easier for me to use. If I remove A, B, C, leaving only D, then D means the bulb didn't light up. That means D must be an insulator, right? D must be an insulator. So D must be insulator. So I know the answer is either 1 or 4. It cannot be 4. It's either 1 or 3. Yeah? D is an insulator, so bulb did not light up. Next one. I take out B, C, D, leaving only A. Bulb did not light up. Also, leave only A. So A is also an insulator. A is insulator. Okay? A conductor, wrong. So answer has to be 1. Alright? By removing away, by using the no. So in this kind of cases, right, girls, the no answers are more important. But they will tell us which are the insulators of electricity. And one more question, question 20, is also on electrical system. Let's see, question 20, yes. Now the diagram show, now let's take a look at this. I will not show the options here first. You just try this on your own. Pause and try. Okay, let's discuss this. The diagram shows 4 circuits, P, Q, R, and S. All the components are identical and all are in working condition. The bulb in circuit S is likely to have the same brightness as the bulb in whichever circuit. Now circuit S here, you notice it is there's only one bulb, okay, one bulb, and there are 2 batteries. So circuit S, alright, just to do comparison, battery and then bulb. Okay, the battery, yeah. My electrical symbol, okay. So here I have 2 batteries, alright, and the bulb here there's only one bulb. So to have the same brightness as this, definitely those with 1 battery cannot work. So everyone has 2 batteries, right? Now here you show the batteries are playing in wrong polarity. It's like plus and minus, plus and minus. It must be always plus, minus, not minus, minus or plus, plus. So circuit P definitely cannot work. So anything with P is wrong, right? So let's take a look. P is wrong, so this is out. Now next one. These 2 circuits look similar. The difference is these 2 bulbs are in series. That means that let's say if the amount of current that flows through them is, let's say, give it 2 units, for example, okay? So 1 unit here, 1 unit here. In this case here also 1 unit, right? But the current will be shared by these 2. This is also 1 unit, 1 unit. So this has 2 units of brightness. This bulb here is actually the combine of these 2 is that. So each one actually is less bright. Each bulb here is less bright than this. So Q cannot be the answer. Okay. Q is not the answer for question 20. Huh? Now next one, let's look at, I'm left with this, right? Now this is in parallel, so I'm going to just cover part of it. Now does this part of the circuit look exactly like this? Battery arranged correctly, 1 bulb. So if there are 2 units of brightness here, This also have 2 units of brightness. How about this bulb? Also 2 units of brightness. The brightness of each of the bulb here in parallel is the same as the brightness of the bulb here. The benefit of this kind of circuit in your house is you can, if you add a switch here, you can control the switching on and off of these bulbs individually, and they are the same brightness. The downside is it will use up the electrical energy much faster. So the chemical potential energy will be converted to more electrical energy much faster. You're using twice as fast. But in short, to answer this question, right, circuit as here the bulb is the same brightness as the one in circuit R. Only R, not Q. So Q is out also. Oh, actually I can get the answer already. So if Q is out, so I didn't show you this, Q is out, right? Then out, left only 2, 2 is the answer. And that's the end for our revision on systems today. Well, we're going to have a break, and I'll see you on the next day for the next revision. Alright, and the next one that we'll be going through will be on energy. Okay, I skip energy. I'll go to energy the next time. Alright, take care. Bye.